Welcome to the Investing Podcast, presented by Tusk Media. Now, for your early morning look at financial news and activity in audio and video form, here's the Morning Market Mimosa.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to the Investing Podcast, presented, as always, by Tusk Media. This is your Morning Market Mimosa. Today is Monday. Happy Monday, everybody. It is June 20th, 2016. Let's get rolling. Lots to talk about. We got good news kind of across the board this morning, not the least of which is Joseph Bell, our esteemed technology intern, I just gave him that title, is back. And with Joseph comes a return of good news for the market. He was out of town all last week, took a little bit of a trip, market crashed. Now he's back, and we are looking at bright futures. So the Dow is up about 1.2% on a futures basis, S&P up 1.3, NASDAQ up 1.3. That's really good news after what we saw all last week, which was just red, and more red. Not a great week last week, really trickled into the week before, but we're starting to see a little bit of a turnaround. And the leading story that's indicating that we're going to get a turnaround is, you guessed it, Brexit. That's the thing you can kind of count on, at least for the next couple of days. It's going to drive these markets. So, Brexit vote coming up on the 23rd. Again, to recap, if you want to hear more, we actually did an episode just about the Brexit. We had our Brexpert panel talking about great Brexpectations, and we kind of talked about what the Brex is going on. So check that out. That was on Friday. It's still relevant, though maybe some polls are indicating we were all off on our predictions. But basically, this vote is to decide if Britain will stay in the European Union. There's tons of consequences if they stay, tons if they leave. But this is basically going to come down to kind of a up-in-the-air vote that I don't think will be decided until the last minute. And we're seeing a lot of evidence about how undecided this is, and I think we're going to see really volatile market swings for the next couple of days. As an example of this volatility and how much this vote is swinging, last Thursday, a company called Survation released a poll on the Brexit through the Daily Mail newspaper over there in Britain, and it said that 3% of the edge, so there's a 3% edge in favor of leaving the European Union. So people wanted to leave by about a 3-point advantage. They released the same poll, conducted the same way, but with more recent data on Sunday, so just 3 days later. Now there's a 3% advantage in favor of staying. So 45% of folks want to stay in the European Union as of Sunday, as of yesterday. 42% want to leave. So you basically had a 6-point swing in 3 days, which is absolutely insane for such a large nationwide vote and for a pretty legitimate polling source. Even more insane, though, is that we still have 13% undecided. So if you add up 45 and you add up 42, you don't get to 100, you get to 87. That leaves 13% undecided. What that 13% does, that will absolutely define this vote. But I think we'll still continue to see some polling over the next couple of days, and we'll probably see the market respond really heavily to that. So keep an eye on that. MarketWatch.com has a lot of resources, a lot of polling, things like that. But you can just search Brexit poll on Google machines and find stuff like that wherever you are. So that's going to be really what we're looking at for the next couple of days, and we'll keep you guys up to speed with what we're seeing, what we're thinking, and also what we don't know, because again, with 13% undecided, it's kind of okay to not know a whole lot at this point, but we'll keep our eye on that. Bond week. June 27th, the Discovery Channel's trying to steal our shine a little bit. They're doing this little thing called Shark Week next week, but really it's Bond week, folks. We're going to talk about bonds, fixed income, all that good, sexy stuff all week. So check it out. We're going to have a podcast in long form every single day, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. People are asking what kind of content's going to be there. If you join us on Monday, we're going to give you a really good introduction to what bonds even are. And I think that applies to anybody, whether they have bonds or they just want to understand what bonds are. I think that'll be really important. Even if you know a lot about bonds, hopefully you'll leave at least with a refresher or maybe something you can take to a client or something like that if you're ever talking about bonds professionally. By the end of the week, we're going to be getting kind of into the weeds, but we're going to try to build at a pace that if you listen on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, you'll be keeping track with us. So I think it's going to be valuable to anybody regardless of their level of sophistication. Check it out next week. Make sure you hit that subscribe button so you know that you get that content. Also, if you have any questions about bonds, you can email us, theinvestingpodcast@gmail.com. It's just the name of the show, theinvestingpodcast@gmail.com. We've already gotten a couple questions in. We promise we will answer any question you ask about bonds. If you ask another somewhat legitimate question, we'll try to answer it anyway. But check that out. Thank you guys for being here. Had a great week last week. Going to have an even better week this week. And hopefully that applies to the markets as well. Talk to you guys around lunchtime for the Stock Market Power Lunch.
Tusk Media is a subsidiary of Narwhal Capital Management. Ratings and reviews of Tusk Media content are not to be construed as endorsements of opinions, analysis, or services offered by Tusk or its parent company. The opinions and predictions shared here are our professional beliefs at the time of publication. We are not under duress from any of the corporate entities mentioned. This is not a solicitation to take any particular action. Although we are investment advisors, this information should not be considered investment, legal, or tax advice. We strive to be as impartial, insightful, and accurate as possible. We base our opinions, analysis, and calculations on information we believe to be reliable, but we cannot guarantee its accuracy. We can, however, guarantee that our opinions will sometimes be flat out wrong due to a variety of factors. Employees and clients of Narwhal Capital Management may or may not hold positions in the securities detailed and may or may not hold these positions in the future. A full list of all securities purchased, sold, or held during the 12 months preceding the date of this publication can be provided upon request. Unless otherwise noted, all data accessed via MarketWatch or the Bloomberg terminal. Past performance does not guarantee future results. A copy of Narwhal's Form ADV is available at the SEC's website, www.advisorinfo.sec.gov, or from Narwhal upon written request.